Today we have a new episode of Let's Talk About It, but first. What's going on, everybody? Jeremy back again with Remy Q Studios. I want to welcome you to my studio, and today we've got a new episode of Let's Talk About It. I am going to introduce the special guest today immediately. I don't think there's any reason to rush in or not to rush into it. I'm slowly working on the proper intro for this gentleman. But yeah, we're just going to bring him in.
First and foremost, sir, you got to drop the special.
Oh, man.
You got to drop the special.
No, you are always going to be you're going to be special in my book, sir, forever. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm just a guy. I'm just a regular guy.
I'm just a guy hanging out with another guy on a YouTube channel.
'Cause I'm just a guy.
I just want you to know, sir, that you complete me, and I appreciate it very much. Very, very much. We can't get started on that. We can't even. I can't. I don't even want to. I don't want to jump into that. I can't go into that too deep, sir, because that's going to lead us down a path that I don't think anybody's really prepared for. Similar to last week's episode. Thank you for everybody who tuned into the Nerf edition of Remy Q Studios, a deep dive into the extra nerdy of nerd. Because you know what, I decided that as the channel states, it's nerdy and everything else, and so. Yeah, we're going to make sure that we cover those things as they come up. So,
yeah, definitely. You don't want to stick to that. I think I was telling I forgot who it was. It might have been Chris. You want to leave the door open so you can reach as broad of an audience as possible. And Nerf falls under nerd.
heavy nerd, and you know the probably one of the most hilarious things about that is that from my perspective, at least from my house, we only scratched the surface on that. We're not going to do that today. We're not going to drag everybody through that again today. But yes, that was just a peek into the foam flinging fun at the Remy Q Studios house. But I actually today, sir, if it was all right with you, I randomly grabbed a short box. I was going to do some polls.
It is not okay with me. I'm here and it's my rules.
Well, you know what I mean. I was gonna go through a short box, check out some material on that. I was gonna talk about C2E2 if we could cover a little bit of that, because I tell you, that's been lingering in the back of my mind probably more than anything else. Like it literally is like the staple of the year at this point. Like, this is what I'm excited for. And then each week that goes by, it's like a little bit closer. It's like I can feel it, like Christmas is coming. I'm so excited because it's like this huge build. And you know what? I kind of feel bad because it's that build up and that excitement. And you know, it's like when you get too excited for something, then you're just let down. And you know, I like to go in. I use Guardians of the Galaxy as like a my example of that, because I went into that just with
none whatsoever,
no expectations at all. You know what I mean? It would just seem like I'm aware of these characters. I don't really care. You know, I thought, okay, possible cash grab, but man, that delivered for sure. And I think that part of the beauty of that is that you didn't really know that it was coming.
And that's why I'm excited for Eternals, because I think it's going to bring that same energy. I don't give a shit about any of the characters. I want to be pleasantly surprised. That's why I'm always excited for something that I don't know about, and I'm going in fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So I am super excited for Eternals for that same reason you were excited about Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'll tell you, I was trying to catch up on some of the movie scene, some of the previews that they've released out. Wow. I mean, there's some big things coming up here. Some of these movies now. I just saw, and I think it came out a week ago, but I saw the Flash trailer, and I was like, okay, this is for real, you know. And I can always tell, like, it's something where if I have to stop and then and bring Angel into it, I'm like, all right, there's definitely a heightened awareness now. But Eternals was the same way because I don't know what to expect on that. You know what I mean? It looks pretty good. I am excited for it. But I think I'm excited just for the movie scene in general because as these movies are being released, I'm a huge movie guy anyways. So,
and
again, that's something that I get excited for.
Yeah, I definitely get excited for movies, especially new movies. This is going to be the first movie that I'm going to see in 2 years where I'll be wearing pants. So I'm super excited about that. Let's talk about it. Yeah,
let's talk about it. I think that there's a certain milestone that we all reach when we finally start watching movies again while wearing pants. It's unbelievable. It's an amazing experience, and at least you know that you'll have the pants to remember it with. So
yeah,
that's great.
My theater that I'm going to, Alamo Drafthouse, they sent an email and it was like,
shout out,
face coverings and pants required. So
is that just to get in or during? Because I'll tell you, during, that's questionable for me. I might just take them off. We're here to get comfortable. The lights go down, the pants may come off. I can't help it. This is how I am, sir. So
yeah, there was one time in my movie going career where I had to remove the pants during the show.
Wow. Hey, let's talk about it.
Dude, From Dusk Till Dawn. So I'm on my way to go watch From Dusk Till Dawn by myself. This is 95, 96. Torrential downpour as I'm walking to the movies. I have no umbrella. I'm like, I'm by myself. I go to the theater, soaking wet, sit down. 15 minutes into the movie, I'm like, I am literally the only one here. The clothes come off, and I had them spread out on all the chairs.
Drying this off.
I'm sitting there, socks, underwears, and a t-shirt.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. Couple things about that. Then let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So, one, movie by yourself. No problem with that, huh?
No, I guess that's so. Just like you, I'm a movie guy. I love movies, and I remember the person that got me into movies was my younger brother, the ice skater, his godfather. So I would go over there, and then I was just into the movie. So then his godfather, his name was Casey. He was like super old at the time, and he was just like real old school Italian guy. So then he would watch the movies, and then he would take me to the video store, and I would want to watch it. So he was old school Italian, so I would want to watch it like New Jack City, and he was just like blah blah blah. I can't use these words on the air here, but it was like, all right, you're gonna watch that, I'll watch it with you, but you have to watch these two. So then that's how he put me on. So we would watch like Boys in the Hood, New Jack City, shit like that. But then he would make me watch like Dog Day Afternoon, The Deer Hunter, Rocky, Raging Bull, like shit like that, man. So and then from there, I would just go to the movies by myself. It was one of the things that my godparents, I had stayed for one summer with my godparents in Jersey City, and that was one of the things that I was allowed to do. So it was like $4 a ticket. So I would go to Newport Center Mall in Jersey City, and they were like, you could watch any movie except this. So I would be like, okay, and I would go watch that anyway, and just be like, yeah, I watched Boomerang or whatever the fuck was playing at the
time. I heard that happened to Pee-wee.
That did happen.
Sorry. Do I rock? We're gonna bring that back with DJ Links on here. Pee-wee Herman in the theater reference once again.
All right,
mission accomplished. No, so I've always been. I'm completely open to going to the movies by myself. I remember in the past just people making fun of me. They're like, "Why would you do that?" But to be honest with you, I mean, I watch so many different movies, and it's through so many different genres. I don't have that one person. It's not like Angel's going to go to every movie with me anyways, or necessarily have a friend who's like, oh yeah, let's check out that zombie flick, and then we're going to go check out whatever the latest installment to Fast and Furious is, or something like that. It's like you're not going to kind of connect with everybody from a movie perspective, but I watch it all. So like I would go to the theater by myself. I had no problem with it. get a big popcorn, and just have at it. Like that was amazing. So
and I'm the same way. Like I enjoy the movie so much, and I'm old school. Just give me a drink and popcorn. I don't need any of your fancy vegan wraps. You can keep all that shit. Just give me a bucket of popcorn. No Mrs. Links. It's not time for a handy. I'm trying to watch this movie.
Trying to enjoy a movie. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I just love movies.
All right. So I've said there was a couple questions, and this is kind of developed. This is a 10 questions sponsored by Small Town Collectibles on Remy Q Studios. So, shout out to the Don. So number 2 on that, you didn't have an umbrella. Are you an umbrella man? Do you carry an umbrella typically on the regular, or do you just go for it?
That's a good question. I am an umbrella man, so I have before I guess before COVID, I used to carry like whenever it rained, I have a big ass, like it's legit one of those big ass umbrellas that I got from my old job. I had this umbrella for like 15 years, and it was like I used to work for this. It was like one of the biggest law firms in the country, so they had whatever. So they would give out these random gifts, but it's always, you think it's like, oh my god, that's so sweet. They gave me a $2,000 umbrella. It's like, no, they have to eat up the budget, so they just like, all right, fuck it, we'll give these idiots umbrellas and they'll be happy. So I had that umbrella. It was just like solid mahogany, like you can whack somebody on the street with it. It was, you could play baseball with it. That's how heavy this thing was. And then I had gotten drunk and I lost it. So then I got a replacement that was similar to it, but it was like $12. And then now in my book bag, because I carry a book bag everywhere, I just keep an umbrella just in case.
So, okay. All right. Well, hey, for a prepper's perspective, I can always appreciate that. What is going on, Legion? How you doing? Hey, Legal Burning, how you doing, bud? I've been I was talking to them, trying to saying that we would have to have them on the show at some point, because I'll tell you, what was the stream that he went on with where everybody was on? Was it Legion's stream? It was awesome.
Legion of Comics, the community hangout on Fridays.
Absolutely.
7:30 p.m.
Perry Comics, how you doing?
Until.
Oh, all right. So so you stay prepared with an umbrella. I'll tell you, I very rarely use an umbrella, but I do have one in my vehicle. So it's, for whatever reason, I think I usually try to avoid having to use it, but I do have it in the event that I do, as well as everything else you would expect, like, emergency blankets, change of clothes, in the vehicle. I mean, I literally, like, it's a bug out vehicle, not for a bug out. It could be for grocery shopping, but damn it, if we have a flat and for whatever reason there's deception, and then the replacement tires is not in service, we're either going to be able to hunker down in the vehicle for several days, or we can at least travel to the near safe point, whichever one comes first. So, I can appreciate a guy with an umbrella, but I don't consider myself an umbrella man because I very rarely have it. So it was interesting that you say you didn't have an umbrella because you identified with that. Going into question 3.
Actually, I wasn't an umbrella carrier, but I transitioned
until I got you. You had the fancy umbrella,
and now I identify as an umbrella carrier.
Well, that's the secret then. So, everybody, just
umbrella carrier. UC.
Make sure if you're talking to Mr. DJ Links, you understand he identifies as an umbrella man. He's an umbrella guy. There's nothing wrong with that.
We call it UCs for sure. Umbrella carriers. UCs.
Oh, hey, side note, I know we joked on 10 questions, but Boys in the Hood, I've probably seen that about 200 times. I think it was like an HBO special. It was like the one thing my mom splurged on when we were a kid, like very poor, didn't have any money, but damn it, she was going to pay $20 a month so that we could have HBO. And I believe I recorded a bootleg version of that on a VHS somewhere and probably ran the hell out of it. I have no idea why that movie was meant so much to me, but I've seen Boys in the Hood several hundred times. Crazy.
It's funny. I've probably seen it less than 10. Like I've seen it. I had it when I had DVDs, and then I sold off my DVDs and only got Blu-rays of any special effect. In order to be in my collection of Blu-rays, it has to have special effects. It makes absolutely no sense, but hey, that's my reasoning. I'm crazy like that. But Boys in the Hood, yeah, man, it was great. Like all those 90s hood movies, it was the first time that they showcase people like us on the screen, even though we're not, black or anything like that. But hood people, like I'm from the hood. You know what I mean? I'm from Brooklyn, so it resonated with me, and I was just like blown away by that. So we got in New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Dead Presidents. It was another one that I was in. Menace to Society. Menace to Society was the jam, and it showcased, especially Menace to Society, that West Coast culture that we got from listening to The Chronic, listening to Doggy Style, Snoop Dogg, listening to Ice Cube and stuff like that. But to see it, as opposed to just listening to it on a tape or whatever, but seeing it on screen, I was just like, holy shit. And what drew me to those movies too, it wasn't about just like bank robbery and crime and this and that. It was just like everyday normal life. This is what happens. Same thing with Goodfellas. If you look at it from a gangster perspective, Goodfellas is not about the crime and the glitz and glamour. It's about the everyday dealings of like the gangster, the good fella. Nicky 9.5. Hey yo.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a gangster. No, it's like I said, just funny that you had brought that up, and again, yeah, from movie perspective, because I swear I've seen everything at some point, but yeah, that was definitely one that that countless times I've seen that, so it's amazing.
Ricky.
So I said I was going to dive into a short box. I have no idea what is in here. I'm going to grab just a couple titles so that we can legitimize the comic book channel.
I got some
comic books. We have What If #5, Captain America.
What if Captain America hadn't vanished during World War II?
Yep.
Ooh.
This is What If #5. This is actually the oldest What If I have. I've got several What Ifs. I believe this is the oldest issue that I have, though. It's definitely seen better days. And, it looks like there is a Ghostbuster card.
Nice.
Let's see. Dead Body Road.
Pocan, what up?
Do we have Mr. Pocan Joe in here now? Mr. Pocan Joe, how you doing, sir? What if you had issue #4? I know. Who knows?
Come on, I know you have a comeback for that, Remy. Come on, man.
No.
We're not gonna go that low.
No, he's got it there. And the ironic part is, the next bunch that I pulled out of the short box is Dead Body Road. I've never read these.
Dead Body Road, nice.
But I have 1,
2,
3,
nice,
5, and 6. What if I had issue #4?
Wow.
Maybe that's why I haven't read it, because I picked these up. And I can tell you they weren't with the intentions of sticking them in a short box, because they still have price stickers on them. Looks like I paid $1.50 for each of these. And Dead Body Road #4. What the F? What a slacker. I mean, completist? Nope.
You think there's some sort of gremlin akin to the monster from Cat's Eye that's just coming out at night and stealing all
Cat's
your
Eye.
That's a throwback. The little monster.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
He's stealing all your issue 4s.
No, yeah, stealing all of them.
There's like a room downstairs somewhere. It's just like a stack of issue 4s that he's raising his little gremlin family.
I'm trying to now. I'm trying to think of what the most valuable issue 4 that I could at least probably. What the hell?
Avengers 4.
Get out of here. Yeah, possibly. I've got a microphone issue here and fixed. All right. Next, we have Unknown Worlds. And on the back is Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane #58. This is actually came in an AOK from, I believe, Metarog.
Nice. That is the greatest title ever for a comic book, by the way. Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane. Because Lois Lane, you say, hey, this is Lois Lane, issue #1. It's like, who's Lois Lane? I don't know who's Lois Lane. Do you know Lois Lane? Lois Lane? Anyone Lois Lane? But once you say Superman's girlfriend, Superman's girlfriend, got it. Because she needs to belong to a man.
And just so you know, this issue says featuring Lois Lane, Arabian Princess. And Superman's flying in. He says, Lois, I heard you were marrying Prince Ali, the richest man in the world. Is this true? She said, You bet, Superman. I got tired of waiting for you to propose. Ali and I are madly in love, and as a wedding gift, I'm getting my weight in gems. Now get lost. What a tramp.
Getting her weight in gems.
What a hussy.
I like it.
All right. This looks like this was a new comic book day grab for the 2 months that I was contributing in New Comic Book Day. Ghost Rider Return of Vengeance, #1. Wasn't a bad read.
That was a one shot, right?
Yes, I think so. I don't know. Nullified Bearing. I have no idea. But I do remember reading that one. And it was pretty good. And then this is Fantastic Four 113.
Ooh, first appearance of orange, the color.
And then this has a Maverick the movie card on the back. I thought all men liked my Southern.
That's one movie I've never seen. That's the one with Mel Gibson, right?
Yes, fantastic. Oh man, let's talk.
I'm
joking.
No,
it is. That's a fantastic movie. That is a fantastic movie. So before I dive into more of this, I was going to open up this package because this kind of leads into part of the segment of C2E2.
Yeah, baby.
All right, so I'm super excited about C2E2, and Angel is equally as excited. Now, for those of you who don't know a lot about the lovely Miss Angel, if you're not a stalker, she is vertically challenged. My wife is vertically challenged. When I met her mom, her sister, and herself. I mean, it's like I walk into the house and they have everything set up for little people, but they're not little people. But I'm like hitting my head on like shit that's hanging, like the ceiling fans all have like weights and stuff. I'm like banging my head into it. Her father was, I think, 6'2". Her mom was maybe 5'4". I think her sister's probably, low fives. And Angel is like just shy of the 4'10" mark. Very small. Always very small, very short. So in preparation for C2E2, she bought a lot of shoes. One of my wife's collections or obsessions, I guess, would be shoes. And since we're on it, on her height, she has a very extensive collection of stripper shoes. I'll just come out there and say it. Platforms, chunky heels, whatever you got. Somehow I became an expert in female shoes because over the years I bought her shoes. They're not expensive shoes, but they are, I guess, geared toward the adult entertainment industry.
Hell yeah!
Because when she goes out, she enjoys being the same height as everybody else. So she had invested in but she had invested a couple pairs of platform shoes, right? For C2E2 because we're going out. And I was like, Angel, you're not going to be able to rock these all the time. So I purchased
the amount of walking.
I purchased these on a whim. Wow, that's hilarious. And I was like, let me give you an option that's not quite the platform heel, but will still give you the height that you're looking for.
Still,
kind of. And if we're going to get into it, since we're talking about it, to boot, my wife has a size 5 foot. That's very tiny feet.
Yeah. That's my wife's size, and it's hard to find shoes for a size 5.
You can't go to the store and find. Well, you might have access to it in the city. I mean, big city, but
it's hard because a lot of the shoe stores, the biggest size, even for women, they carry a size 6.
6. I was just gonna say yes.
Yeah, 5 is rare.
Yep.
So we always have to get either get them online or they'll have them in like European retailers or whatever. I don't know.
How have we not talked about this before? Because I had no clue that you knew the struggle of the size 5 female shoe.
Yeah.
So anyways, as an alternative to the very large platform heel stripper style that you most likely, if you're going to C2E2, will see her in, I got a pair of these.
Holy shit.
These were an Amazon special.
Yo,
okay. And if you look, it's a tiny shoe with like
oh
2.5 inches.
Jesus Christ.
Look at how ridiculous that is.
What is that made out of? Cinder block?
It's actually like it, you know what? It feels very light and very cheap. I feel like this is gonna last a day, and then the platform's gonna come off, and we're just gonna toss them.
It's gonna disintegrate.
But yeah, this is what we're looking at right here. This
you should hollow out one of the soles and carry our drugs.
That's what
it's gonna be lit.
That's what I'm gonna have a little cork back here and pop that open and then empty out the shoe. Yeah.
Oh my god, that is hilarious, dude.
C2E2, look out, because the missus is coming, and she's coming in platforms all round.
Wow, now she's gonna be too tall.
Huh? That's the. You know what's crazy is, I mean, when we go out and we meet people, somebody will say something. They'll be like, "Oh my gosh, look at that," and she usually will go, "Yeah," and she'll slip one off. And then she'll like sink like a foot and a half down, and she's like, you know, and kind of do that deal. And it's like always more shocking when you have that. But yeah, I'll tell you, it's I mean, our wedding day, she had on stripper platforms. They were white, but they were. I mean, the toe had a 2.5 inch platform, and then the heel was 6 inches or something. I mean, huge, ridiculous. So, anyways. Yes, C2E2. We're prepping.
Yeah. I'm a fan of a nice shoe myself. I you know what I mean? I'm a fashionable guy. More so pre-COVID, but I was into the women's fashion. So my wife would even ask me advice of what she should get. Like, does this shoe look blah blah?
Mm-hmm.
So,
I got you.
I'm a shoe guy.
Any with goldfish in them, fake goldfish. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you, sucker, right?
When I say like stripper heel collection, I mean we have Vegas shoes with chips and dice in it. We have anything that lights up. I mean, like literally, it's a show. Like if we're going out, and especially if it's like, hey, we're going out for like whatever, something. If somebody's having like a get together, there's dancing or something, for real, we're gonna show up with something that, I mean. Again, it'll light up or glow or so. I mean, they're crazy stripper shoes. It's exactly what they are.
But those stripper shoes are good for going out. They're also good for staying in.
Hang them from the car. You know what? If they didn't have the platform like this, but honestly, this thing would like this turns into a weapon when you have these heels on there. Like.
I think your mirror would last like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna hang these, or like hang them on the light pole. The whole light pole is gonna just.
Yeah, I remember one of my biggest fears when I first started driving. Like I had wired my car with about 12 speakers.
Yes. Nice.
And not just subs. I had like in between your feet. I had boxed. 6x9s, like extras. I just thought extra speakers everywhere. So everybody had, it was like you're surrounded. And then in the back, I had extra speakers. They were in the doors. And somewhere, I took I guess in driver's ed or something, they talked about how, people would get in accidents and these speakers would like hit them. And I always had this fear I was going to get hit in the back of the head by one of these speakers. And it was just going to be lights out all of a sudden. Because I had gone crazy with these speakers. So yeah, I don't know. I think I have a phobia about things hitting me in my vehicle. It's crazy.
One of my fears is, God forbid, I get into an accident and I'm just like knocked out or something in the car. And then when the ambulance comes to check on me or whatever, the first responders come and get me, I'm listening to like a really whack song on the radio. So, and it's just like they're just gonna come up and just make fun of me, like really bad romance. You're DJ Links and you're blasting bad romance by Lady
They're gonna
Gaga?
pull you out. And they're like, Lady Gaga, come on, bro. Don't you have anything harder than that? It's like you're like, oh, and you can't escape it. That you have to wait for them to pull you out. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's a legit fear. I could see that. I could see that.
It's just one of those things.
I am 5'11". Sometimes we're on a good day, you know. I think anybody under 6 foot, you got that little on a good day. I can be this, but yeah, I'm right. I was just a little bit shy of the 6 foot mark.
Yeah, I started adulthood at 5'8". I think I'm about 5'7" now.
I got you. So that's my father's. I think he's 5'7", 5'8". So
yeah. So I know what it's like to live with someone on the shorter side. Yo, what up, was it? Someone on the shorter side. Mrs. Lynx is, I think she's 4'11",
okay.
and then my child Des, she's 4'10".
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get them to sign up for SSI or something.
Angel,
so get a check out of this or something.
We went to a comedy show, and somebody was there, and nice. They had talked to her about it. It was one of the comedians was a little person, I guess. Trying to be very careful in how I say it. But
of course, you don't want to say the M word.
Yeah. But again, he was like, he goes, well, how tall are you? And she's like, oh, I'm 4'9"3/4. And I was like, don't forget the 3/4. Like I always had that joke. And he's like, legally you could. And I was like, I don't know if we're gonna go this route. Wow. I don't know. But you're right. It's kind of like, well, shoot, man.
Yo, get a check out of it. Do something. Take advantage of the government. If dudes are taking advantage of the government and getting PPP loans or small business loans to buy Pokemon cards, she should get a check for her height. Pokemon cards. Did you hear about that story?
No, I didn't hear about that story. What's
some cat? I don't know where. Let's just say Nebraska because that's the first place that came to mind. Some cat in Nebraska.
Don't hate us, Nebraska. Don't hate us.
Some cat in Nebraska. He got a PPP loan or a small business loan, whatever it was, and I think it was for $85,000. So he got that money out of the $85,000. He took 60 and just bought. I don't know if it was one Pokemon card. I don't know if it was a plethora of a bunch of ones, a couple of really expensive ones, or just $60,000 $1 Pokemon cards. But he spent $60,000 on Pokemon cards, and he got arrested. I don't know what's the deal, but imagine that conversation.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's fraud.
He couldn't swing the business thing with it.
A lot of people are getting caught out there. What happens is like, because I remember that happened with my job. So we got and you have to show proof of everything. You have to show proof that because it was specific. The PPP loan had to go towards payroll.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it had to go towards payroll. It couldn't go to any, I'm buying sneakers or I'm buying comic books.
Yeah.
And he got bagged out there. So, but imagine that conversation.
So embarrassing.
You're in the yard. It's like, what are you in for? I'm in triple homicide. Ah! What are you in for? Pokemon cards. Like,
Pokemon.
Yeah, I was like, what?
What are you in for? I scammed the government out of $85,000. Yeah, oh, really? What'd you do with that? I bought Pokemon cards. Get them. Just get 'em.
You know that little white tag on the bottom of the mattress? Well, I ripped it off.
Ripped it up before I made the secret compartment in my mattress so I could stuff my $85,000 in Pokemon cards and or single card. That's the funny part too. We don't know what it was. It could have been just one card. He was investing. He's like, they'll never catch me with this one card.
He's just like, I'm not gonna buy that Charizard. I'm gonna buy 25,000 Squirtles. Those would be worth more. Like, yo, come on, man. Like Squirtle, really? Can I show this off? Can I show this off?
Sir, I mean, hold on a second. Let's go ahead.
I received this in the mail today. It's going to be in my new comic book day video, but I received this from my man Pocan Joe, who is in the studio audience live with us. And this almost made me cry. Look at that.
Oh man, look at that.
Look at this beaut. This thing right here, Pocan Joe, Austin Lemay collaboration. I said the whole title of the thing wrong in my video. Horrible. I got to go back and I got to take it out. I got to redub.
Okay. I was gonna say, what's it called when a writer goes back in the paper and they had to like correct themselves? This is it right now.
So it's gonna be like blasting and stashing Delta Dogs #1. I'm gonna have to go back. Yo,
no, you should have missed links to it. You should have missed links to it. Delta Duck #1.
#1.
I know, I know. It's awesome.
This is crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah, and you know what's cool about that is I feel like it is like it's a part of history and it's a part of our history.
Yes.
Because it's like just it's a community member, but it's also like our family member as well, or members, I guess. And then being able to have this, it's really good. It's like when Burke when he released his cover, you know what I mean? I have zero interest in Power Rangers, but I was like, I gotta grab it. You know what I mean? I was like, I gotta grab it, and that's another one where it's like, yeah, that's it's family. I wish I don't have a thing for family, but
so that's the thing, and just to like, it's the Pocan Joe exclusive, Blasted and Stashing exclusive, cover done by Austin Lemay. I'm gonna lie to people and say interior art done by Austin Lemay as well, and then I'll probably lie and say written by Mark from Legion of Comics. So just to make it like the all official community book.
Yep.
In my mind, I'll be lying, but it's not the first time I told a lie.
So I've already got my plan. When mine comes in, I'm going to go onto YouTube and find a stream where Austin and I are talking, and show my kids and say, "Hey, you see this? The people who created this right here. This is the guy." Or I'll go to last week. I had Pocan Joe and Austin on. I'll be like, look, this is both the guys. And then, I'm super cool. I don't know what to tell you.
That's awesome. It's like, Daddy, you're rubbing elbows with celebrities. What I want to do with this, and I don't know, Austin Lemay is in the studio audience, so let me know if you're down, sir. I was going to send this to Austin to get an autograph. But then I was just like, an autograph? So what I want to do is I want to go to the mall. I want to go to the Mac store and get a nice shade of lipstick. Something that's gonna match, and I want Austin to put just like a big giant kiss right in the middle, bang, and then send it back like that, so you can see the cracks and everything. What do you say, Austin?
Can we send that in and get it graded? Do you think
you gotta get it lip verified?
Special. It's a remark. That's what it is. It's a remark.
We're gonna have to send it to the AVN Awards to get it lip verified.
Yep,
that's where the lip database is.
Over at the lip database.
Over at the AVN.
They are not getting my info. I'm going to tell you that much, sir.
Oh man, oops, too late.
All right.
What the hell? This is focused on my microphone. God damn it, camera.
All right.
That's better.
Let's see what you know what?
Yeah, this is super awesome. One of my goals for what's next year? 2022. One of my goals for 2022, if I'm still doing this YouTube thing, because you never know, I wanna partake in the exclusive party right now. I'm lacking on that front.
You've at least been on a book before. I would love to do that.
Oh, the Squatchy book. Yeah. That was funny. I actually the other day I cracked into it, and it's really, really cool because even though it's a big thick ass book, it's not like a long story. Like every single page, it's like the funny pages. So there's a couple of panels on every page, and it's just each story is contained to a page. So it just goes on and on and on.
I have to see what shades of lipstick I have. Yeah, see, so yeah, he's into it. It works.
Thank you, Austin. I appreciate that.
All right, look, I grabbed some more from this short box.
I was going to say to paint your scrotes and teabag it, but I don't know, that might be too much.
This is, I believe that was in an AOK.
First appearance of Spidey 99, 2099.
Yeah. This is Defender 79.
Nice.
Look at this one. This one has the Wrecker on it.
Wrecker. Who's going to be in She-Hulk, right?
There's one that I want to get where he's got the crowbar around Thor. That's like a new book I'm looking to grab.
Crowbar on Thor.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it is, but it's This is cool. That's right, everybody. Comic books. Ooh, look, I actually have a Venom book.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the point where when I open these mystery boxes, if I see Venom, I want to throw up.
I'm done with Venom. It literally is like 2020 was the year of Venom. There's nothing but Venom. Dark Knight's death metal.
That's a cool cover. Venom, 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 Venom. Venom, 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 Venom. I'm not a Captain Marvel fan, but that's an awesome cover.
This
That's an awesome cover.
Red Sonja.
I prefer Blue Sonja.
Again, this is just a short box that I had that Fantastic Four double size annual 19.
Nice. I got a triple size. You always have that friend that's just like, oh yeah, well I got this, and it's like, no.
The worst is when they don't know it, and then you actually notice it, and then everything is that. Like some people just go into the conversation like that, and again, they don't know they're doing it, and then it's like once you notice, then it's like, oh crap, like, and every single thing you do. I don't know what it is because sometimes it's like relatable. Well, like we were talking movies earlier, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I've seen that movie. But then you got the guys like, oh, you saw it 200. I've seen it 300 times, bro. Yeah, Come on, you know. It's like, wow, I didn't know we had to compete about everything that revolved around the world.
Oh, you saw the movie? Well, I was on the set.
Yeah. My brother's cousin uncle was in that movie. This looks like this. So this came from the A1 Comics mystery box. My first chainsaw unboxing had that one in it.
That is true, Jose. That's why you just start lying. I was in the movie. Who's he punching? Harley Quinn?
Yeah, this was disappointing because it was the homage, however you want to say it, to the Ali. But it's not a wraparound. I was so disappointed in that.
Damn it! I would have thrown that out.
I mean, it's like because that was the whole thing about the original. And then this one, it's got like goofy people in it. Like it's not like there's nobody in here. There's just like robots.
Is that former President Barack Obama? Goofy people.
Oh, come on, man. I'm talking. I specifically pointed at this area.
Oh, that's hilarious. If I were to start my own publishing company and I had my own, every single comic would have a wraparound cover. It would be called Wraparound Comics because every comic book would have a wraparound cover. Not to be confused with Reach Around Comics. That's a whole different company.
That's the After Hours company that you're gonna be working on. Oh, hey!
That's where you get your Lady Death comic set. Oh, is that it?
Hey, this is it. Apparently, that's where Angel was like, "Where's it?" I guess we tried to flatten it ourselves a little bit. It's a little better.
That's pretty flat.
It's actually, I mean, like the corners. I don't think you can tell here.
That's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's just this.
That's still a PGX 9.8.
But it's not like none of it's like. I don't think there's. Yeah, that's just none of it's color breaking.
None of it is color breaking. Yo, I would say send that in to get pressed just for shits and giggles.
Dude, this we want so Angel she's told me so many times she wants to make a video about this. And I think I've reached out to a couple pressers before, like, hey, challenge accepted. Please try to press this and then send it in because I would like to see what it comes back at. This bag is so cheesy. Hold on. I don't think I'll even be able to get it back in. The bag's been taped along the side.
What?
Yeah, like it's like who
what the hell is this?
Who keeps this bag? Like literally, like if I just pull it a little bit, there's like plastic coming off of it.
What
the bag's so like old and cheesy.
Frankensteined a bunch of condoms together.
But the book,
now you have a bag.
All right, so there is a crease. A crease right there.
I see that one small crease.
Shit. What I mean, okay, look.
I see that one small crease. That's hilarious.
All right,
It's
so
in way better condition than when it first arrived. Let me tell you.
it's amazing because it's not terrible in comparison to what it could be. And if anybody saw that video, I mean it originally it really was
It was
like
it was like
yeah, I mean it was like a wave. So yeah, so no, Angel's been wanting to do a video on that and kind of show the progression because I don't know if you recall, but
yes,
that was $100 box that she bought.
No, that
And
was
I think
$100.
this, and then there was a booster gold #1 that's actually in good condition. But I'd be curious to see if any one of those we could get them graded and they actually would come back and be worth something.
Yeah, somebody has to just for the content or for the fun factor of doing it. Yeah, have somebody do it. Even if you could send it to somebody to press it, like Justin, for example, and see if he can film the whole pressing process for you.
Yes, that's what I mean.
That'll be dope, man. See what I would do with that book. I would lay it on the floor in my driveway. I would put a board over it, and then I would drive over it, and then I would just park the car while the thing is just there, and just leave it there.
Just leave it there.
Yeah,
the ultimate press.
Until you need an umbrella.
The ultimate press. Is that just like, hey, you know what? I meant to ask you that. So New York City, and you own your own vehicle. Is that like the ultimate flex? Is that just like big time and like? Because I always assumed a lot of New Yorkers just didn't even learn how to drive or anything, and then you're like you have your own vehicle. I feel like you're just like big time and on your street every single day. Like they're like, oh, look, there's DJ Links.
No.
You come out.
That is not true. That is not true. I think the most my neighbors say about me is just like, oh, look, that's that guy who doesn't talk to anyone.
Oh,
because I am that guy. But no, that's common. That's a big misconception about the city where it's like everyone takes the subway, whatever. A lot of people do have vehicles. You just take the subway in and out on the weekday, like if you're working in the city, because it's just faster. So like a subway ride, like let's say I leave from here, blah, 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 blah. It takes me about 40 minutes to get to work. If I were to drive in, it'll take me like an hour and 15 minutes just because of the traffic is insane. But on the weekend, vehicles are mainly used for the weekend. But whatever. But you don't want to be in a position, because I've been in a position where I didn't have a vehicle and like something happened and I'm just like, then he's like, you can't get cabs, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yeah. The train is out. So a couple of years ago when this had to be like 5 years ago, was it? Where the MTA, the transit authority went on strike. So trains weren't running for like 4 days. So I had to drive into work. And then we had that it was like a high occupancy vehicle law. So you had to have more than one person in the car in order to cross the bridge. So yeah, I would just pick up random strangers and be like, hey, you want to cross the bridge? Just don't murder me.
No blow up doll in the passenger side?
Nah, that's Larry David style.
Sorry, the belt's coming off. We're getting comfortable now, folks.
Paying full coverage insurance is the flex. So I'm flexing, sir.
Yeah, Mr. DJ Links is very responsible. You don't need him.
Nah, I think we do have full coverage.
Yeah. There's no question there.
I got into an accident. It's funny. I got into an accident like, babe, what was this? Like 4 months, 5 months ago? Oh, no one's even there. Oops. I thought she was there. Yeah, I was driving on the street and some dude just like opened his door and he caught my car like halfway. Boom.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I was out of the vehicle for, it was close to 2 months. So I had the loaner from the rental, and I had to return it because they only covered 30 days. And it just took longer because of all the parts that were needed were on back order. And it's like, everybody's just like, oh, it's on back order, COVID. Like that's the greatest excuse in the world. Oh, COVID. It's like, yeah. So then we were down and out for a month without a vehicle, and it was tough.
We Angel was hit by a truck a couple weeks ago, and she was hit by a truck a couple weeks ago, and we had to take the car and get it fixed, and they gave us a rental, and I'm trying to think of what it was. It was a Mitsubishi. It was like an SUV. I don't recall what it was. Whatever it was. But I mean, it's just like it's like new cars. They don't use real keys anymore. Everything's like the keyless entry.
Yeah.
This actually locked with the keys inside. We got locked out of it. Yeah, can you believe that? Like,
impossible.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, with our car, the keys are inside. You hit the button on the thing, it opens up. This one, no, it didn't do anything. No such luck. So I was like, well, guess what? We're never gonna buy one of those. They can go to hell. Lock us out.
Stupid cars. Yes, Nick. Season 11. They zero promo for that show. Do you watch Curb, by the way, Remy?
No. I don't even know what you're talking about. What is it?
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No, never seen it.
Phenomenal show. Phenomenal. Highly recommend it. It's a bit, if you don't like mean humor, then it's kind of cringy, but I find it hilarious.
I'll check it out.
Season 11 dropped this past Sunday. There was no promo for it. I was searching HBO. I was looking for Red Shoe Diaries, and I came across it, and that's the only way that I knew it was there.
Yeah, no, I'll have to check it out for sure.
Yes, yeah. JB Smoove is. I bumped into him in Zara one time. JB Smoove, the comedian.
Yeah.
So I was in there with my boy, and he was in there, and he was buying suits. Super, super nice guy. Babe, can you pass me a bottle of water?
Oh,
shit! Give me a damn bottle of water, woman.
Where were you hiding before? Where were you?
How dare you? DJ Lynx's wife.
Outlaw number 1.
What?
I think I got this in a Walmart pack.
Yeah, that's the Walmart.
You can see I didn't bag and board it, but
you know what? I am not going to drink this out of the bottle. I am going to put this into my tumbler.
I'm sure that it'll stay colder that way.
It's gonna turn into Kool-Aid.
Yeah, not only will it stay colder longer, but it's more stylish because, who wants to drink out of a bottle?
I know, stupid bottle. Stupid Poland Spring bottle.
All right. Giant size Hulk 1.
Claim. I didn't know there was a giant. Oh, I guess there was a giant size for everything, right? At that time.
Yeah.
That was like the thing.
Inhumans attacked Hulk, and now Hulk will smash.
Yeah.
Avengers 214.
There has to be an issue of Hulk where it's like with a female that he's fighting. So let's just say in this case, Black Widow is like
Hulk smash.
Yeah, Black Widow fights the Hulk and Hulk smashes. It's like phrasing anyone? Phrasing?
I wanted to share. Well, I didn't want to share. It just so happens that this came up, but I planned to share this in an episode at some point. But Avengers 214. This is the Avengers versus Ghost Rider.
Nice.
And there is a moment here. Let me see.
You got
Ghost Rider versus Angel. He catches Angel on fire.
You need to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, dude.
Come on, where's it? Oh, here we go. All right, so.
Rob Fat Stacks of Comics. What the hell?
So Ghost Rider is basically beating up everybody on the Avengers, right?
Yes.
And at some point, you can see from like the flames here, Thor comes out, and he throws his hammer, and Ghost Rider outruns it on the motorcycle. What?
That's fire, literally and figuratively. That's dope.
Look at that.
That's dope. That's super, super cool. That's super cool.
Like no joke. A lot of my comic knowledge comes from those because I was a big cover buyer as a kid, and I would buy the fights. If I saw Thor or Hulk or anybody fighting anybody, and I would read them, and it was like I would always argue it with my nerd friends. So something like that would come up, and like if Ghost Rider was versus anybody, I'd be like, well, you know how fast his bike can go, right? Like all of a sudden, like that would be evidence. Like you couldn't Google anything. It was like You got all your evidence from books or Wizard. And so anything that you had, any ammunition you had for a particular fight or battle that we would argue about. So something like that came up at one point, and I was like, oh, I got to highlight this moment. So
that's awesome. Mr. Burke Family 54 Comics is in the building. I can't wait to make my announcement into one of his chats on his live stream. Payback, sir. Payback.
Oh, well, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know, Rob. I don't know, Rob. That might get you on some registry somewhere. That's dope. That's dope.
This one this came from Papa Burke.
Oh, Obnoxio meets the X-Men. Obnoxio
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you, Burke. Heroes Return, Fantastic Four, collector's item. I always hated it when they put collector's item.
That's just like, buy me, please. Buy me, please. A lot of that stuff in the 90s, man. We got caught out there all the time in the 90s.
Yeah.
Everything, brand new issue, first this, first that. This is like, come on.
How can we emphasize that they should buy this? Why don't we write collector's issue? And then it became less of a collectible.
I know. Irony. All
right. Oh. And
woohoo! Fire. That is literally the only Power Ranger book that I care about. Is that one.
I don't even know what this is. This is terrible.
Major X. That's like Rob Liefeld's.
Yeah, that's what it says. Liefeld, yeah. I'm gonna put this in the
Yo, Vaughn, what up? You should put that into the AOK pile. So you have a pile of books. AOKs for people you love, and then AOKs for your enemies. So then you send them the crappy books.
Oh, what is it? AOR, Act of Revenge.
That's a thing.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought like when like people send you like glitter and shit. I thought that's what you did. Like you would send them back with glitter and all kinds of. This was a weird ass. This was another new comic book day.
I didn't know that. You're a bum.
Incredible Hulk 440. Oh, this is the Thunderbolts. This is the one that I picked up for less than cover price like 10 years ago because I thought that the Hulk looked really cool. And then it turned out to be something. Like I was online and the guy put it up for auction for like $90. I was like, $90, and I dug this out at one point.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice one too. That Thunderbolts. I saw it raw not too long ago at a small con, and the guy wanted 300 raw, which is crazy to me that these people are trying to charge 9.8 prices on like raw books. It's insane to me. Like,
I mean, this is in pretty good condition, but yeah, and I mean, it says $1.50, and all I probably got it for $1. I remember I got it less than cover price, not knowing who this was. So yeah, if anybody's interested in this, hit me up. It's for sale. I don't care about that book at all. Batman 100. This is awesome.
That's dope. That's Matina.
Nah, that's a thick book too.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. That's the first. That's why I started picking up the regular solo Batman issues, because I got a 100 out of a mystery box, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Man, you stopped dead in your tracks for the crossover. I've never read it. I still need to read this. You stopped dead in your tracks for that crossover.
Crossover is. I didn't read issue 8, and I think issue 9. I think might have came out today. My shop didn't have it. Comes out next week, whatever the case may be. Crossover is trash. I'm officially saying it. Crossover is trash.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Trash. Mr. DJ Links does not like crossover.
It had so much promise, but then it was just like the premise is amazing, but it's Donny Cates ruining stuff again. So ruin Venom, In my humble opinion, Ruin Venom crossover was trash. I haven't gotten into Thor. I heard Thor is actually really, really good. I've been collecting it. I have from issue 1 all the way up until 18.
Super trash. Nick's Kicks and Comics. There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. Yo, like legit, I'm like, what the hell is going on? The only issue of crossover that had me like, wow, this is awesome, was the issue that he didn't write. It was the Chip Zdarsky issue, number 7. So it was a standalone issue. Chip Zdarsky did it, and I was like, yo, this is actually good. Take notes, Donnie motherfucking Cates.
Oh, shit.
Yo, F that book. Thor. Hey, I got that the other day out of a mystery box.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thor 350.
Now I'm mad. See, Donnie Cates is gonna ruin he's gonna ruin the Hulk.
Yeah, Nick's saying Thor's good.
Donnie Cates is gonna ruin the Hulk for me. Donnie Cates is like childbirth. Whereas it's like if you're there and you see the child being born, how that whole act ruins, like get for a couple of months.
How that whole act ruins.
Donnie Cates is comic book childbirth.
Damn you, Donnie Cates. Oh man.
Tune in next week in the
Hilarious.
break, I'll be interviewing Donnie Cates.
It's just you slamming him for like an hour. Like, why do you ruin all of these books?
You're here to ruin in the mix next. That's a dope cover. That's like a ratio variant of that book. 1 in 25 incentive, yo! See, I know my shit. I'll be fronting like I'm stupid on my videos, but I can go a little bit.
No, you've done it a few times. You like it's crazy because you. Oh look, I've got another one of these.
Nice.
The
Amazing Spider-Man 55 second print.
Yeah, because I remember you. I mean, in like earlier videos, you said that, and now, like, there's a couple times you're like, I believe this is the, and then you pull out the board and you're like, yep, and it's like, oh no, he's actually got it now. It's like, because I don't know any of them. I never know any of the, like, I'm horrible at recognizing the covers for things like that.
Yeah, like what surprises me sometimes is when I know I get the like DC stuff and I'm like, oh snap, I know something about DC now. Which I've been collecting a lot of DC lately, to be honest.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I just love that Joker, man. That Joker title is phenomenal. Swamp Thing is phenomenal. You know what's not phenomenal? Crossover. Whack ass
crossover.
Whack ass writer, motherfucker Donnie Cates. Whack ass crossover, motherfucker. Trash crossover.
Right. And this one's signed, and they put a sticker that says signed on it. That's cheesy.
Where's the sticker? The sticker's on the actual book?
No.
Oh.
No. I don't know. I actually found this at $1, Ben.
Get out of here. Amazing Spider-Man 258. That's like the 6th appearance of the black costume.
There's King in Black.
Lightning.
Yep.
See, that was another one. Donnie Cates. More evidence in the Donnie Cates case.
That's the I'm gonna switch it over. We're gonna have to have a let's talk about it Donnie Cates exclusive, and we'll be able to just these are all in Mylar. We'll just dive into Donnie Cates, and we'll go through each one of his each one of the most recent series and see what everybody thinks.
You know how we have to do this? Oh, well, you have to do this. How you have to do this? So you take Donnie Cates, right? And we're going to call it the trial of Donnie Cates. So then you have a judge, you have the prosecutor, you have the defense attorney. Donnie Cates is on trial. You bring in character witnesses for each side, try to prove this case on why Donnie Cates is trash, and see how that goes.
Oh, so we could do it debate style where it's where it's like the 2 people for, 2 people against type of deal.
I like my trial idea better.
Okay, fine. You run the trial idea. Speaking of which,
I used to watch the People's Court. Trash. That's a dope cover, though. That's a really dope cover.
This is number 3. So it looks like I'm missing number 2.
Oh, not number 4.
Well, I don't have number 4 either. I don't have. I mean,
I'm telling you, it's in the basement. The little gremlin has it. His like child is wrapped in all number 4s to keep himself warm. Nice. This season of Walking Dead has been really good. The final season has been really good.
So I'm trying to think. I think I'm 1 or 2 episodes behind. I think I'm 1 or 2 behind. But yeah, I'd never let it go. I know everybody else jumped off the ship, but I've always liked Walking Dead. So
oh, so you haven't seen the episode where Rick comes back?
no,
No, I'm just kidding.
No. No, Negan. The last one I saw, it was Negan and Maggie, and they were in the woods.
Yeah. Nice. The Return of the UFOs. That's a fantastic, fantastic book. That Immortal Hulk, man, like I say it in all my videos, I say it wherever I can. Immortal Hulk is one of the best stories from beginning to end. Complete 50-issue run with a thread line going from issue 1 all the way to 50. Obviously, you're gonna have your little stories here and there, but it's just one comprehensive work of art. Immortal Hulk is amazing, man. Amazing.
Kate is back.
Yo, F that dude. King in Black, man. Yo, first issue, phenomenal. That was my number 1 issues of the year. King in Black number 1. Yo, and then it's just like, oh my God.
So I came into King in Black. I don't know if it was when I first joined the Burke fam, but I remember I hadn't read it. Minimum, it was before I was in the New Comic Book Day. And I think it was this issue 3, where at the end he stabs Thor, and then there's a big question on what's gonna happen, and I remember I was like, yeah, this is garbage. Like, you're not I'm not gonna let you, I'm not gonna, and because everybody kept talking about it. They were talking about the King in Black, and
that's because Thor
and it was like, I remember seeing on people's channels, they're like, oh, they're going to bring him into the MCU. He's such a powerful character. He's the most powerful guy there is. Who can take him out? Nobody can beat him. And it was like all this shit. And of course, I didn't read 1 or 2, but I came into it through this. And then I was in a Burke chat, and we had to talk about this bullshit, which was just killing me softly the whole time. And then issue 4 came out. And issue 4 was the Lightning issue, and of course
that was
completely redeemed everything. Yes,
that was the shark. Yeah,
but what's weird about that though? I mean, 5 issues. I was surprised that everybody made such a big deal out of it with this, and then that was it.
Yeah,
like I literally thought they were building up to be not knowing anything about the book, and then hearing so much about it, I was like, oh, this is the next big thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be huge, and
that's what I thought. I thought it was going to be like this generation's Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So a classic 5-issue series. Infinity Gauntlet was 6 issues. That's what I thought it was going to be. Issue 1, phenomenal. Then the rest is just steadily declined. Like, you killed Sentry in issue 1, and then what the hell happened, Donnie?
Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, and we're talking comic books, folks. We're not getting into the movies here. We're talking Doctor Strange says, hey, you all have 10 minutes to fight this battle or you're going to die. Like, it was like, let's send you off to this this plane that's out in space somewhere, and then everybody fights. But yeah, no, I agree with you. And then it just really, it fizzled fast. It was almost like they just wrapped it up too quick, and I don't know. I can't stand that.
He had all the ideas and he crammed them into issue 1, and it was just like, oh, what are we gonna do now? To Comic Journey's point, Immortal Hulk started with a roar and ended with a whimper. I'm gonna wholeheartedly disagree, sir. It's obviously from these finales you expect like a big battle or something like that. I think they did a swerve, and instead you had an emotional payoff. So it was a big, deep emotional payoff, and whatever, spoiler alert for a book that came out last month. It was that part where he forgave Samuel Stearns and all that stuff. Oh my God, that like like tugged at my heart. It was just like, what the hell is going on? And I was just emotionally tied to because there's Joe Fixit, there's Savage Hulk, whatever. The Child Hulk, the way he was portrayed throughout the entire run, like a little boy, and then in issue 50, when he finally was just like, I forgive you, that was Child Hulk growing up and to become something else, to move on to something greater. And that resonated with me immensely. But I can see the critique about it because usually we expect like a big boss ass battle at the end, especially a finale of an issue. But all day, I would prefer, even in movies, I prefer an emotional tie or an emotional cap to something as opposed to just like King in Black in it, lightning, thunder, whatever, mind powers. So yeah, but I understand your point, Comic Journey. Was I talking too loud?
No, I didn't want you to spoil it.
Oh, my bad.
No, I don't care. It's funny. You were like, not to spoil it for anybody for a book that came out a month ago. And I was like, eh.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's actually kind of funny because I was trying to keep up with it, but
yeah. I just want to say I see his point. I'm not gonna disagree with that. What happens is too with all these books, right? So let's say we're talking about how everything is subjective. How King in Black is whack. Somebody could be like, yo, I love the mind powers. I love the lightning. I love how whatever Silver Surfer brought the light through the whatever. Yeah. But it's all subjective.
Well, hey man, I didn't realize we went over an hour. I apologize.
It's all good, dogs.
It just flies by, man. You know how it goes. Yeah, just old friends talking,
chatting it up.
No big deal. Just chatting it up.
Mind powers.
Man, I appreciate you coming on, Mr. DJ Links.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you having me again.
I tell you what, why don't you, if you don't mind, I think you have something big coming up, don't you?
Oh, on Friday. Well, tomorrow is my new comic book day video, and then on Friday in the mix, it's Epic Rap Battle 6 is going down. We only have 4 contestants this time. I am one of those contestants, so it'll be me, Actual Dracula, Chamorro Cinema Manny, and Pocan Joe is stepping into the arena.
Mr. Pocan Joe, the real deal.
Lay down some bars, and then we're gonna have our 3 special guest judges. Comic Head 84 Kenny is stepping away from the lyricalness to judge. Biggie Shack will be our 2nd judge, and Mr. Remy Q Studios himself will be our 3rd judge. And that's going down.
So excited for that, sir.
That's going down Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on In the Mix. It's gonna be as you've been seeing, they've been getting like serious. So this one is gonna be
Oh, the progression's definitely there. Yeah, I mean, it's as somebody who's been in a few of them. Yeah, the progression's there. I'm excited to judge. I know that I got to judge. Actually, the first one that Kenny was in was where I was a judge on, and a lot of fun. It's definitely, I enjoy being a part of the show from that aspect, and I appreciate you having me on again for sure.
Yeah, Kenny tore my ass up on the last one.
Real time. Yep, that's right.
What do you think of all the crazy variants on the houses? I am not a variant guy. Like I don't go chase all these variants. I think a lot of let me just bring it in a little bit because this is a hot topic. Let me just bring it in. Specifically for House of Slaughter, right? I think for the print run, so I think they printed like 650,000 copies of cover A. So there shouldn't be the amount of covers and variants aside from like store exclusives and things like that, specifically like that. But cover A, B, C, D, E, F. Don't print like 1 million copies of the first one if you're gonna go and see all these other covers. It makes no sense. So I'm not a variant guy when it comes to this book specifically. Now, store exclusives, I'm all for that. So I get a lot of a matter of fact, store exclusive right here. Boom. So this is Swamp Dogs #1.
Ooh.
So Swamp Dogs #1, the rainbow foil variant signed by the artist J.M. Brandt. 100 copies, limited to 100 copies. This is going to the November Links box.
That's
so
hashtag Link Squad.
Yeah, the Link Squad. I bought that today. I'm fine with the store exclusives when it's like the regular cover A B C D E F G,
Yeah.
like with Eternals. I think they even doubled the letters and went to like FF.
Mhm.
F that, son. F that.
I mean, I'm okay if I can. I'm okay with picking out my favorite, but I don't think there's been a book so far that I was like, oh, I got to have all the different variants for. But I don't like a lot of duplicates in my, or you know, what I mean, like I don't have a lot of duplicates in my collection anyway. So
Yeah, it's been rare why I picked up a second copy of something. So I have here picked up. So last week, for some reason, just King Spawn, the cover A got to the store, and then today, the cover. This is the cover D, and this is a better cover. So I picked up the cover A last week because that's what they had because they
yeah,
didn't have this one. Then when I saw this one today, I was just like, oh shit, this is the cover that I wanted.
yeah.
So I actually like, yeah, I love this cover.
I
It's
always thought it
Swamp
was
Thing.
weird with the different with the like second and third printings as well, when some of them had lesser amounts and then it was like the third print was like the valuable one. You know what I mean? It was like because it was like a lower print run or something, and it's like, dude, you weren't there to pick it up the first time, shouldn't you?
Yeah,
Like to me it shouldn't, I don't know, for maybe I'm just old school thinking that, but it's like the first print should be the most sought after one because that was the one, like either you get it or you don't, you missed out on it. But I don't know.
yeah. So it bugs me out when like that second, third, fourth, fifth prints are more sought after. So for the prime example is first appearance of Null, right? We were talking about King in Black. That Venom #3 third print goes for way more money than the Venom #1 because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, it's his first appearance, but his first appearance was in #1 that came out months ago. It was even the third print, because they say, oh, that's his first cover appearance is on Venom #3. It's not. His first cover appearance is Venom #5. That predated the third print of Venom #3. So it doesn't make no sense. But anyway, I have Venom #3 third print.
Do you know how much that's running for right now? Like how
What
much that's going for?
I had gotten it when it dipped, so I had paid like 380 for it.
Hmm.
So that's when it dipped. It
But I
went up.
mean,
What is
so
going
it went
on,
up
right?
from there.
So that's when it dipped. It went up with actually right now with the Venom movie, Let There Be Carnage. Can I spoiler alert? We talked about it. The end credit scene where they make mention where Carnage Venom makes mention of the hive mind and being from Clintar or whatever the planet is. So you can't have the hive mind without Null. So there's a possibility that Null could come to the MCU now, and the book spiked again. So I don't know, but I don't know how much it spiked for.
That's one that there was a Facebook auction, and at one point they had a slab. I want to say it was like $80,
For 9.8.
and this was early on, yeah. And I was like, I just didn't think anything of it, and then it's like somebody snagged it apparently, like it went out quick. But
Jesus.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I had picked it up. That Venom #3. It was a little bit of FOMO because everybody was talking about it and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's a really really cool character, and I can see him being like a big bad, especially as Sony, like with the movies, they're just throwing everything at the wall, see what sticks. I could see him being introduced. Hopefully, it's not a one and done movie, but he is a pretty dope character and done right with a serious writer. Not motherfucking Donny Cates.
I was gonna say, you're not gonna vote for Cates to come in and do this one?
No, I wouldn't let Donny Cates write me a ticket. How about that?
I gotta get you. I'm gonna get you a signed book now from Donny Cates. That's gonna be my ROA for you. How about that?
Oh snap! And then you're gonna see me on Whack Comics the following week doing the Whack Hack of it. Doing the Whack Hack. This is my Whack Hack. I just ran out of toilet paper.
Oh man, that's too funny.
Pass me that Donny Cates signature.
All right. I'm not going to keep you on here longer than we have to. Everybody, as far as the update for me, we do have we just had the rant or rave review from Angel on the movie Dune that came out Monday. And she mentioned in that one, I believe she did, that we had the game edition for Back for Blood. That I believe is either going to it's either going to be tomorrow or Friday. It's kind of like a Halloween edition for the game. So anybody, if you saw her reaction to the trailer for that and you want to know her thoughts on the game, I'm not going to dive into it, but yeah, that should be coming out, I believe, either tomorrow or Friday. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's
Awesome.
that's about it.
Thank
Whack
you for
hats and
having me,
toilet
sir.
paper. Man, seriously, thanks for coming on here, dude. It's always an amazing good time when we can hang out. So I appreciate it for sure.
Of course, man. Whenever you need me, just shine your signal in the sky, and I'll come running. Where's Rachel? Where's Rachel?
Where's Rachel? Oh man, I don't have a. I thought I had a bad signal. I don't have a bad signal background.
My
All
brain,
right.
oh man, wow.
All right. Well, I will. I'm gonna see if I can put one of these on here as we let me play them out with something. But first,
DJ, spin that shit.
I don't
Bombing
know.
on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous.
It's all
but
the
I'm
same.
nervous.
It's all
I'm
the
ready to
same.
drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud.
Here we go. We'll do this again. I like this.
Cream on the